Check out the shirt buttons, how they match the jacket. Like, Jesus.
You like that?
It was all.
It's all about detail.
Yeah, it's the details. The details.
Wow.
How many thousands of applications?
Well, I mean, I don't know what the exact number. That varies from month to month.
I mean,
Obviously,
I would
seasonal.
assume that this is looking at national mortgages,
National,
right? Like,
mortgage,
national numbers.
Clearwater Tito's here, bro. What is wrong with you
Yeah,
guys,
that's
bro?
not good.
Yo, Rob, búscame un pote estos tigres. Bro. Come on. Yo, que lo que mi gente. Wow, we have a live audience today, baby. Gracias ya. Live audience. Yo. Que lo que. What's up, bro?
Aquí. Happy to be back.
man.
Well, you want to make the announcement?
No. I'll leave it up to you.
What announcement?
I can make the announcement.
The announcer, bro.
So we're promoting Reyes from guest that comes all the time to an official
There you go.
co-host
There you go.
of Industreet Talk
Let's-
Podcast.
That's it. His
I
name is
appreciate that.
Industreet Industry Talk.
Wow.
There you go, Rafael.
it was my contract. I
We
still have
need
not seen it.
we needed more people to pay for the studio, so
That's what's going
Your
on.
contribution
I knew
is
there was
highly
a catch.
appreciated.
There's always a catch.
There's always a catch.
Yo, Reyes, what's up, bro? Congratulations
bro.
on this step up,
I
bro.
appreciate
Joining
that.
the team,
It's
man.
an honor to be amongst you gentlemen, man. You guys, come on, man. Have fun with y'all all the time.
Josh, we love you, bro.
Yeah.
Josh
Wait.
is making money right now.
Yeah, Josh.
He actually is making money right
No,
now.
yeah. So Reyes is gonna be he's gonna be a little bit more of a regular. He's an official co-host. We gotta update the Instagram, Jay.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
And socials.
That's your job now.
That's you became our social media manager.
Yep.
Damn, bro, I thought I was a stalker. I thought I had to start stalking my guests. It's like, yo, follow up, pick up the phone. I
Thinking
need
you're
you.
hired, but over here we don't pay. We ask for more money.
In the hopes of in the future.
Gotta make
This is
some
how I
money.
see it. You want to add stuff to your LinkedIn, like to your bio, like
If I start adding
social media
everything up-
manager. You gotta pay us for that shit, bro.
Yeah, bro, really?
Yo, so, don't worry, guys. Reyes is gonna get accustomed to how we dress in the street and all that.
Come on, man.
3-piece suits. That's fine for today. But
He passed
as
the
an-
interview. That's
as an
what it was.
official
We had to go through
co-host-
clearances.
I came dressed for success. I wanted to make sure you guys were okay with that.
we'll give you a
what I'm
list. Hoodies, jeans,
All right.
hats.
Yeah.
saying? All right.
No vests.
Scully's.
I actually bought a
Nah,
hood.
nah,
I
I'm
can
fucking
change
with
right now.
you.
Nah.
Sure you want me to do that?
No, because I have a few more jokes throughout the episode.
All right.
I got a few more jokes. I got a
Nah, look, he's dressed for the
Check
for the
it out,
conversation
even the-
because you cannot have. Look, I'll be honest, right? So if I'm going to have a meeting with someone, quote unquote, if I'm it's a business deal, I'm probably gonna be a little judgmental if this dude shows up the way I'm dressed because I'm like, damn, am I gonna take? No offense, but am I gonna take this person serious? But we're gonna have some very, very, very good, interesting topics that we're gonna discuss. So you're dressed for the occasion.
And
Today you get the pass.
Well, the truth is that I have to go to an event directly from here today. All right, in the city. So that's why I'm wearing a vest.
just leveled
you
up,
go.
bro.
And I wore jeans just to kind of dress
Just
it
to be a
down a
little
little
street?
bit. Because if I wore a suit, then God knows what you guys would be saying. Right?
Yeah, that's
Check out the shirt buttons, how they match the
Love it.
jacket. Like, Jesus.
Oh, you like that?
it was all
It's all
premeditated.
about
Special,
detail.
Yeah,
special
it's the
for you,
details. The details.
Wow.
It's all about detail.
Yo, so what are we talking about today, guys? We officially introduced Rafael Reyes as part of the Industreet Talk team.
Mhm.
And I think he's coming with a banger today, right?
Today's gonna be very,
Big
very,
time
very,
banger.
very good episode.
Eye-opening banger.
Yeah, I mean, my hope is that we bring value.
There you go.
It's all about value, right? To your audience, value to the people. So yeah, it's about down payment assistance
Down payment assistance. Okay.
when you're purchasing your first home.
All right. So,
I got an interesting stat. You guys are not gonna believe this.
all right, go.
I got a
it.
question for you.
Yo.
All right, and we're not trying to
Yes.
get racial here whatsoever. So
Yes.
please do not take it that way. But what percentages of dark and
Black and brown.
black and brown?
We in the street, bro.
I'm
Come
sorry,
on.
bro, but let's just call it that. What percentage of black and brown you think get denied a mortgage?
The shit is you already told me.
So damn, do you remember the number?
I do.
I think
No
I
cheat,
was-
no cheat, no cheat, no cheat.
All right.
Oh, we
so-
didn't tell Jay.
I know the numbers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, deny the applications. I think it's like
Denied mortgage
Yeah.
application. Correct.
So black and brown versus Caucasian,
all right,
I know,
yeah,
bro.
there you go.
right?
Yeah.
Or whites.
You don't have
Nothing
to
against
break
nothing
down.
against
All right.
anyone.
Bro, that's not saying
I mean,
anything
Alright,
wrong.
Isn't it like I think it's like 13%? 15%.
This guy was in the
Versus what?
As opposed to like 8%.
Yeah, he knows.
There you
He
go.
was
He
in
knows
the
the
numbers.
numbers.
I got that eagle eye like.
He's a numbers guy right there.
Yeah, but no. Let's dig in there because that's there's something there, man.
Yeah,
And
there is.
before, let me ask you. So, what does that percentage represent, like in terms of the population, like
It's
how
like
many
total-
thousands?
Well, no,
How
total
many
applications
Total
submitted.
applications
The disparity, like,
submitted X amount. So for every, let's say 113 get denied.
Out of every 100 black and
thousands?
Versus
I mean,
brown,
but
eight.
like, out of how many thousands of applications?
Well, no,
Well,
no,
I mean, I don't know what the
volume.
exact number. That varies from month to month.
I
Obviously,
mean,
it's
I would
seasonal.
assume that this is looking at national mortgages,
national
right?
national mortgages, right.
national numbers.
Yeah,
Correct.
national number in the
Yeah.
United States of America.
hmm
Applications submitted by black and browns.
Yeah.
Out of every 100, a little over 13 applications are denied.
Yeah.
Correct.
Out of every 100 non-black or brown or whites, right?
Yeah.
About 8 are.
8.
Right?
No, I mean, I get that part. I was just saying, like, I wanted to know. I was just curious to know.
So you want me
How
to know
many
exactly how
hundreds
many
of thousands of
applications get
applications?
well, I
Okay.
think all you gotta look up. Why don't you look
Yeah,
it
let
up?
me-
Look up how many
Producer,
applications
where's
are
my
Alright,
submitted.
So-
Let me look it up.
And so, question that I have: are they denied under the same criteria?
Correct.
So-
Like the underwriting standards are the same for everyone.
Are they?
They're supposed to be. But the truth
So-
of the matter is that everyone, obviously, black and brown, we have different challenges when it comes to
I think
underwriting,
there's probably
right?
something there.
Which we're getting through, but now this down payment assistance program is going to solve for some of it.
All right.
So yeah, so that's what it is.
So down payment assistance program. Talk about that. Like,
All right.
what's a down payment assistance
All
program?
right, so basically, this specific program now we've upped. Typically, the down payment assistance is $15,000. Now this number is $30,000. So this is $30,000 that you can use towards the purchase of your first home.
Not bad.
30 grand.
Wait, espérate.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna buy a home. You're gonna give me $30K.
$30K as long as you qualify for the mortgage. So all you need out of your own pocket is 1% of the purchase price.
So no more,
That's
no more
crazy.
4.5%, 3.5% like FHA.
Well, you could,
or-
FHA still exists.
Right, but you got to put only 1% as opposed to 3.5%.
1%. I mean, if you qualify for this program, correct.
Mm.
This is only for the underserved.
What's the catch? It sounds like there's a catch.
It's only for the underserved. But yeah, there's no catch. That's what it is. I mean, the criteria is a little strict, right? The $30,000 is not free money where you think someone's gonna show up and give you 30 grand. The $30,000 is in the form of a second mortgage. That's what we call silent, so you don't have to pay it,
Okay.
right? And every year, $3,000 of that $30,000 comes off the top. So after 10 years, you don't owe anything.
Okay.
But if you sell the house, let's say in year 5, you'll owe 15 grand,
Got it.
right?
So you got to pay it back, basically.
You got
It
well, it's
automatically
part
gets
of the
deducted?
payoff. It's
All
part of
right.
the mortgage payoff.
And that's only New York, or is that?
This is a New York program, correct? But every state, every county has their own little program. There's a certain amount of money that the state allots for this specific program. So if you're thinking about buying a house, it's not an infinite pool. I mean, a significant amount of funds, but yeah, there's an allocated amount of capital for this.
What's the max as to?
Good question. So this really works well, right, for a one family.
Okay.
Right? Really works well. So for one family, you only need 1% of your own money, which is pretty cool.
Is there a limit to the price of the
$726,000.
So it's about $7,200.
So you're not buying new.
$726,000
No, I'm saying they
on
got
a
to come
one
up with
family.
1% out of pocket,
Correct,
so
correct.
approximately $7,500
So,
more.
give or
roughly.
take, correct. Now, if you
Oh,
want to
that's
go
good.
two family, right, you can go up to 800. And
Okay.
you still need only 1%, but 800 is kind of tough to hit
Right.
in New York. You know what I mean?
760 is hard to hit.
726.
726.
On a
I
one
mean,
family,
that's
nah,
one
you can
family
get
now.
something.
You could get
can do
some
something.
good stuff.
You could do something.
New
You
York
could.
City,
I know that-
regardless of the county that you live in.
It's in New York State.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
Oh,
you can
New
go to
York City,
Syracuse
yeah,
and you can
Yeah, I
find
mean,
a
not
house
if
for
you're
like,
living in like
Right.
where you live.
Yeah, no, he's talking about
You know,
Big Hill,
but
guys.
this
I
guy.
hear talk about this.
That
Yeah,
came
no, it
off.
is gonna
I
be
would
tough.
never.
That's
I would
$750 million,
never.
bro.
Please.
Bougie.
That
Tú
can't even
habla-
cover the garage.
Tú hablas de
Shut up.
bougie.
For
Y él
real.
habla de que
This
una
guy, bro.
bougie.
Yo,
You
what
could
are
go down the
Come
block
on.
and find a house, a beautiful house.
Not in this area.
What? I
One
bet
family?
you. A
For
one family? I
700?
bet you.
Yeah, you could do it.
I bet you.
A piece of shit, bro.
No, it's not. Reno,
Madre
fully
peso.
Reno.
And this
Nah,
guy,
I bet.
yeah, bro.
Let me call my broker.
Bájale
Let me call
algo,
my.
bro. Shit.
I'm gonna call
Tell
a
him,
broker
Johnny,
right now.
shit.
Dale algo,
This guy,
for
yeah,
real.
bro.
I'm just saying, bro. Loco, la casa tan cara. It's
Yeah,
it's
pero,
expensive
bro,
right
one
now.
Bro.
family, this is reasonable.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
you could do that.
You act like
Just
I'm
like
on
I said.
Jerome.
That what? Act like what?
This
Like I
guy.
would.
Like you're on
And we
Jerome?
just came from there.
Damn, that's why he said it. That's why he said it. So you mentioned something that kind of got me thinking. You said, "Oh, it's a second mortgage."
It's not a second mortgage. It's a silent second
mortgage.
lien. So that's why
It's a lien.
when you talk about down payment assistance, these are the little things
Yeah.
that they don't tell you, right? So
Mhm.
so
This is
so
very
you know what I
important.
mean? Like
This is very
it's
good.
important because if you go to refinance in year 2, right? You're gonna owe that money, right?
Right,
So
27,000.
yeah, correct. So at that point, it's no longer free because now it's added to your mortgage payoff that you're gonna refinance. So you got to strategically think about these things, right? But again, it's important to be transparent about what's
That's very
going on.
important, bro, because during the pandemic, actually, I know that when people were doing the mortgage relief, you could have skipped like 2 or 3 mortgage payments, but I think that part of the caveat was that if you were selling your home and you didn't pay those mortgage payments, they were basically there was a lien.
Well, no, they were never really eliminated.
No, they were correct. They were just put it in the rear, right?
Right,
So there
right.
would be like a lien, like if you were to sell your house or if you were to you couldn't refi or whatever. So that was during the pandemic. So and a
Part
lot
of
of
your
those
payoff.
programs were being put out there, but they were not transparent.
But I
enough.
thought it was just tacked on to your
The payoff,
original
It
the
is.
balance.
It
yeah.
is,
Right.
it is,
So
but there would
not
be
as a lien, would it?
it would
It's
be
a- it's a-
you
it's
had to
part of
pay
your
that
payoff.
off. Yeah, you have to. It will be added on to your mortgage.
So whenever
payment.
you sell a house or whenever you're refinancing, one of the first things the bank does, a new bank or whatever, whoever's buying the house, is request a payoff from the bank. This is an actual physical document. It's not your mortgage statement. Here, like you get a credit card, you get a physical letter from the bank saying, "Here's my payoff,"
yeah,
and that's what happens.
Yeah.
And plus fees.
Plus fees or whatever. Yeah, that's typically a little fee.
Yo,
there.
that shit's always gotten to me, bro.
who are the fees?
No, like yo, I'm paying. Like let's say whatever it is, you owe $20,000, and even if there is no early penalty, early payment penalties, there's always some type
they're
of
gonna get
fees,
you.
right?
They're
So it's
gonna
like,
get
oh, you owe 10 grand. It's like even with a credit card, you wipe that shit out. The next month it's like, oh, $3. Like, yo, but I wiped it out, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
because it's the interest. I
there's
guess
a
they gotta
service
just-
fee
yeah.
or what. Get the f out of here, bro.
See, yeah, bro, así que lo banco,
I mean, I
gotta
get
make
it.
money,
kid.
The way I see it, so let's say with the interest rates the way they are now, right? So
What are they now, by the way?
Low sixes.
So
We've gotten some
someone
improvement.
walks into an opportunity, right, and they are able to get this Sony May type of deal. It's kind of also locking them into the higher interest rate, for a certain amount of years, because now if you have let's say the interest rates drop to 3%, you try to refinance, and then here you go, and you tell you, well, now you got.
No, you can.
No,
You just got to pay that money.
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But for someone that knows the facts, right? If you go in there knowing the facts, that's something you have to consider. What about the interest rates drop
Correct.
to a certain
Like
percent?
we had that conversation with when we were talking earlier. So that's the thing you need to know. So we have other programs that you do not have to pay back. These are grant programs you don't have to pay back.
Those I like.
Those are good.
Yeah.
I like those. I like those too.
Those help.
We don't gotta pay that off. So that's another program that we just rolled out, which is sick. $6,500. That's free money.
So all this that
that's free money.
we're talking about this, and obviously you've always been great with that. Like, yo, there's this assistance program, there's that. This is not, or if it is, I never see it. This is not advertised, right? Like, it's not like the general consumer is gonna know, like, hey, we got this grant going on, we have this program going on currently. Like, where could you find that information? I mean, I know it's probably public information,
Google.
but where would you typically go? I mean, I know what I would say. Like, that's why you got to align yourself with the right mortgage broker or the right
Correct.
bank,
Yeah,
whatever.
for
But
sure.
where could you typically go to find this information?
I mean, every county, every state has their own form of down payment assistance program. So I would just Google down payment assistance in your whatever state you live in, right?
Oh, now it's easy.
And then it'll come up,
right.
and then you have to just kind of really read through it. So the average consumer might, sound it might
Right.
read a little foreign, right? So yeah, that's kind of it.
I was gonna ask you, don't you see this being more like a conundrum in the sense that if someone is looking to get some type of down payment assistance, particularly in this case up to 30 grand, but you're looking to purchase a home on the higher end, it's kind of like just,
you can't. There's
correct. So let's say that, like you said, right, a house in New York. Let's say that you get lucky and find a house for like $500,000. You're roughly looking at a mortgage payment probably based on that type of down payment and assistance. You're probably looking at roughly $3,500, right?
Give or take.
It's kind of like, I feel like it would be based on the particular individual that may qualify for that criteria of the down payment assistance?
Well, these down payment assistance programs, when it comes to what we call debt to income, what you make versus what you spend,
Right.
they're a little stricter.
Yeah.
Right.
So what are those that's
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I was gonna say.
low
what, like
40s,
60-40?
low 40%. So 40% of your income,
Right.
low 40% should not go towards your mortgage, credit cards, car loans, things like that, student loans.
Yeah,
So they're a little bit more conservative when underwriting,
And they're
right?
typically like closer to
Versus-
50, right? Like 48%.
Yeah, 48, 49, give or take,
49%.
for a
Okay,
conventional.
so yeah. So
So that's why that $6,500 program, that allows for more flexibility,
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna
So
say
we'll give you $6,500 towards your down payment or closing costs.
Wait.
That's
wait.
free money.
So we haven't spoken about the $6,500.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a
we
separate.
We spoke
program.
about the
That's a
30,000.
different
That's a separate
program.
program.
All right,
Yeah.
so talk about that one.
Yeah, so that
And hold on, before we go into, so you said you could use up to $30,000
up to 30 for the specific
for that
program.
specific.
That's a little bit
program,
stricter.
right?
That
And you only
is
have to come up with 1%.
1% of your money.
Now, in the eyes of the bank, right? 1% of the money, is that like you're getting a loan, you're putting 1% down, or would they include the $30,000?
No, that 30,000 is used towards your down payment
towards
or
the down
closing
payment.
costs.
Okay,
Correct.
all right, yeah.
So they require 1% of your own money. The rest of the money can come via gift, things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you say up to 30,000. How likely is that for a person? Like, do you see many of the candidates that may qualify for that criteria of that program? Do you see them, a lot of them maxing out the 30 grand for the most part, with like 50% of the
Well,
monies?
again,
You get 30
You can't.
grand. Yeah, no,
well,
no,
no,
but
you
it's saying
can't have
up to.
200,000 in the bank and say I want to use your 30,000.
Oh,
right?
there's a
Like,
lot
that's
of
what I'm saying.
yeah.
qualifications.
So this
for
is
that.
to help spur activity in underserved communities,
Gotcha.
right?
Gotcha.
That's what it's designed
All
for.
right.
Does it limit to where you're buying? The neighborhoods
No,
or-
this doesn't limit neighborhood,
Okay.
What is a?
but it limits price, which limits
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Right, which is right.
Yeah.
What about income criteria? Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
In the
Again, 60,
in the narrative.
40%.
40%, 42-ish, 43-ish, give or take.
So 6,500.
The 6,500 is good.
All right. So what's that one like?
Yeah,
So that's free money.
So that's the grant.
That's the grant.
Okay.
All right. So we're doing
grants.
6,500. That's free. No lien, no nothing.
Qualifications?
$6,500. Oh, that qualifications are normal. So if you qualify for a mortgage,
You get the $6,500.
you get to,
Off the
and
bat.
no, well, wait a minute.
I was gonna
Ooh,
say,
not so fast, buddy. Not so fast.
65.
Not so
Sign me up.
fast. Not so fast.
Like, what, did you do
Uh,
that? You close?
No, he didn't
he
offer that
missed.
shit
He
to
missed
me.
it. And he
I was gonna say.
no, the
that.
program wasn't available, bro.
I
I told you that.
But I
You
did.
should've
just
waited.
rolled
But
out.
no, I did. There was one
But
time.
I gave you.
You
good
should have
shot.
waited.
Give me a good
You
shot.
gave me your commission. I know.
Yo, Reyes, what the hell?
And then he
Where's my
still
commission?
complained.
You saw his giggle like, hey, that's
that's-
all the work
that's-
I did.
come on, man. I got girls. I got
He got to
daughters
eat, bro. He
support.
got bills to pay too,
I'm
man.
kidding.
Yeah.
Freaking Ray.
No, but there was one time I closed on a house and it was like $8,000 or some shit. I guess it was.
Yeah,
the
you
program.
did. That
Yeah.
was back, I think, your first house.
Yeah, my first house.
Very handy. Helps a lot.
Yo, I got money back in the closing
How?
for that house, bro.
How often those grants come around?
Well, this one is good. Like I said, you guys keep distracting from the what
Yo,
we're trying to
Reyes,
get
we
to.
in the street, bro.
$6,500.
Yeah.
Right. All we want to know is where you live. Basically, if you live in a certain census tract area, doesn't matter how much money you make. See, like this Sony May product, you can't make but a certain amount of money. So you're capped. So if you make, let's say, 250 grand, you don't qualify for this product here. For the
Jelly,
30 grand.
stop looking at the 6,500.
Yeah.
You don't qualify.
No,
No, the
that's other
6,500
one.
Oh, for the 30 grand, even worse.
for the 6,500, he qualifies. It doesn't matter what you make. You just got to live in an area that LES works for that.
Yo, what up?
Corona, good part of Corona
Ray,
works for
tell
that.
your neighbor I'm going to buy out his house. I want those $6,500.
Pretty much all of the Bronx works for the $6,500.
And you could have a house. You could be a
No, you have to be at
First-time
least
home
one
buyer?
person has to be a first-time homeowner.
Okay, there you go.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Boom, shakalaka.
What percentage
Boom.
of people
It's a
that,
catch.
that are
You ask for a catch, there's a catch.
Damn.
what percentage of people that are first-time home buyers don't use this program?
That are not. Which program are you talking about?
The 6,500.
Well, the 6,500 we just rolled out a couple weeks ago. So that's a new program. This 30 grand is a new program. Before that, there were some programs, but not, not
I
as
guess
an
the
aggressive
question
push.
is probably like, if someone has a program available to them, right? Are there instances, right, where they just don't sign up even though they qualify and they'll get a mortgage without benefiting? Or is that like an automatic thing that happens where like you're taking out a mortgage, there's a current program in your market, boom, you
Well, the 6,500 is like that. The first thing I do is I look to see where they live.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what you
right?
do.
That's exactly.
Yeah, but I see where you live. Boom, you live there. You boom, that's your address. Done. You get $6,500 plus I'm reimbursing your appraisal fee for $500, and you're getting a 1-year home warranty to cover any defects or anything.
How long is
on
this
the
program? How long do you foresee this program to be around?
This one that we have, the 6,500s. I mean,
It's probably like a
pushing it hard.
budget.
No, but all right. So it's not like a specific time frame.
Right now, there's no specific time. frame.
I'm assuming, Ralph, that you've had people come, and well, it wouldn't really work if they're not the first time home buyer, but or maybe they had seen another realtor and they were, oh, look, this is what I was getting quoted, and
Another lender.
or another lender,
Mhm.
and you say, well, they didn't offer you this grant, they never spoke to you about it. Have you had that situation happen?
Yeah, it happened yesterday.
Oh, with your boy.
Yeah, because I was confused. He calls me up. He's like, hey, I'm being offered this. And I'm like, wait a minute, dude. There's no way they could be offering you that. Right? So I'm like, because what I was offering him was not that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, something's off. So I started digging. And I'm like, oh, boom. Here it is. So I was like, not only can I beat that rate, but I'm going to give you the $6,500 plus.
So they were offering him something.
They were offering him a good rate,
Okay.
but not the $6,500. They were using the same program,
Mm-hmm.
but our program is a lot more
Robust.
generous.
Gotcha.
You follow what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Okay, so the programs do vary depending on the lender?
The lender wants whatever the lender wants, correct?
Oh, okay. That's interesting to know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say that. Like, how do you distinguish or differentiate?
I mean, every lender has the autonomy to do what they want,
Mm.
We just really want to crank out
Is
loans
there-
and help
is
a lot of
there-
people.
Is there a benefit to the lender to not offer the program?
Yeah, they
course,
keep
more
the money
money.
in their pocket.
Yeah, more money, more revenue.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of, let's say someone is in a different state, in Florida, Georgia, whatever, and now they own a home in a different state, and they're looking to relocate or perhaps just buy another house. Would they be able to qualify for that same program on the first-time home buyer, given that they're 100
At
miles
least
away?
one person needs to be a first-time home buyer.
At least one person cannot have been on a mortgage.
Yeah. Or 3 years, not have owned the home in 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not have own a home?
yeah.
So, like, if you had a home that you sold,
Yeah.
And you rented for 3 years.
right?
Gotcha. Trying to see
Yeah.
how to
Opens
work.
up the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
no.
sure.
Listen, a lot of people, like I said, all of the Bronx,
Qualifies.
$6,500. You gotta hit me up. 'cause
The
it's
Bronx is
like
on
free
fire.
money.
The
Pretty much all of the Bronx.
Yo,
the
but you
city.
don't have to.
The other
You don't
day,
have to buy in the
on
Bronx, though,
96th
right?
Street. No, you don't. You can buy anywhere.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
No, dude, I didn't
Look
say
at you,
anything,
bro.
This
I
guy,
didn't say
man.
anything.
Big shout out to the
dude, what
ex.
is going on with you, man? Like,
We
love the
repping
boogie.
bro,
hard
you
right
got
here.
bougie, man. You got bougie,
Bro, I love the boogie. I didn't say
bro.
shit,
Gotta
bro.
chill out, bro.
We're in the
Listen.
Bronx right now,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Like,
They're gonna like they I don't think they get them.
For real.
You got lines
That's
like
the
that,
guy.
bro.
You
Yeah, that's the
got
guy.
the red light.
Yeah,
That's that
that's
guy.
that dude
Yeah,
right
yo,
there.
shut
He
up.
loves the Bronx.
I was clearing up, right? Like, even if it's Corona anywhere, like, do you have to buy in that specific area? No,
No.
you
You
answer
buy
the
wherever
question.
you want.
There you go.
Yeah,
Jesus.
He's
Even if you move out of state.
He's an equal opportunity lender.
even if you move out of state,
Ooh,
correct.
Okay.
Wait, come again?
Yeah.
if you move
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good, bro. It's a great product, great program. The other day, someone lives on 96th Street in Manhattan, qualified for the
Upper West?
Nice.
Shit.
Upper
You
West.
would never expect, man. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's like
Yeah.
free money. But some people also don't. Like,
So-
it depends on where you live.
What block?
What block? One block
Yeah.
away, boom, you might not.
Nah,
I'm
this-
assuming there's limits too as to how many of these
not in the
programs.
$6,500.
Now it's
No, but
65.
like is there a certain fund that it runs out?
Nah,
The
we
bank.
this is all. This is
That's
is
bank
we're
funded.
good.
Okay.
There's the 30,000. There is a certain capital allocation to that because that's a state-run program.
It's federal. Or
Correct.
state.
See,
State,
that's
state,
where I was confused.
state.
I thought they were both.
Yeah, do not
Oh,
confuse
no.
it, people. Do not confuse it.
Yeah.
There's a
stop
$30,000
getting confused,
grant
Jelly.
program. Okay.
Confused too.
Again, that's a second mortgage. Jelly, está confundiendo la gente.
Yeah, for real, bro.
And then there's a
You're getting too
6,500
confused.
that's
Hey, but
much
nah,
Now I'm trying to see
easier.
how
But at least
a
it's
couple people
clarified
right
now,
Yo,
now,
Jay,
bro.
you do not qualify, bro. Only
Yeah,
for the
there's no way you're gonna
6,500.
weasel your way into the money, man.
Come
Not
on,
even
man.
for
No,
not even
not for me.
not
but let me
even
see
the
how to
Unless
let
you
some
sell
people
your
on.
houses and then you last 3 years without,
Without
Oh,
a
you're
house.
not a first-time home buyer.
You're not a first time home buyer.
What are you talking
Look,
about?
that's a good thing, bro. You're blessed.
Yeah, that's
You're
it.
blessed. That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Blessed, man. Nah, I'm trying to see how many, there's some clients right here, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's a good deal.
That's why it's important to know who the hell you getting a mortgage from.
There you go.
yeah, this is the man, man. If
Good
we need a
deal.
mortgage, you need anybody to just give you advice.
Yo, you can't shout him out anymore. He's a co-host.
Yeah,
That's
I'm a
true,
host.
bro.
It's
Nah,
not.
for real.
It's not a pitch track, people. Please don't.
Come on.
What
bro.
else? Come on.
So that's the name of the program. The
It's
one
called
for the
Credit
30.
is Due.
Credit is due.
Credit is due, baby.
That's at 30,000.
It's a 30,000.
And the same name for the 6,500, or
No,
you just call it
it's
the
different.
6,500.
Nah,
That,
yeah,
that
we
the
call it
6,500 is out.
Hey, listen,
Industry.
my 65 is a different level of 65. So
Industry, you got the
The
65.
65 is the cross country community promise. So this is our contribution
Nice.
to helping communities and help spur home ownership.
let me make a call real quick right now.
Yeah.
Yo, you need 65.
I don't know. That
right now?
CC better send that check for that plug right there, bro.
Yeah, no, they're gonna. I think.
Hey, they are.
We working on that shit.
Listen, we're gonna send the
working on
W9
Yeah.
and the bank account, the voided check.
All right,
Nah,
yo.
that's
So
pretty dope,
I,
man.
you see these things. I like these things because you talk about building wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, these types of programs promote those kinds of things, right? Like people that don't necessarily have home buying in their radar, right? Like because they just weren't, you know, they rented, they lived in a house that rented their whole lives, right? These types of programs should be promoted a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because again, building wealth, you know, like you're paying rent and quote unquote, and you're building equity. In most cases, you're building equity, right? So 5 years down the line, if you're able to maintain, you know, and I think the underwriting is in a good place right now, where if you're being approved for a mortgage, you should be able to afford the mortgage. God forbid any other, you know, any circumstances. But 5 years from today, you'll be in a better place financially.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully.
you don't even have to go deep into 5 years. Like, just let's look a few months back, right? 3-4 months, like the rates were ridiculous, right? And now it's like just how to, like you said it best, is let's promote information. And I think that this is the purpose as to why we created this podcast, to utilize this platform to make sure that we transfer information over to our audience, our peers, you know, anybody
This is
out
cool,
there.
bro, but like it's too serious, this podcast, bro. Like this
bro.
episode is like a little, it's not
Yeah,
in the
it's
street.
a little stiff.
All right.
I mean, bro, you
Stiff.
come with a white
the
button
minute that sounds, it's
and a
stiff.
fucking three-piece
But
suit.
that doesn't
You
stop
know
you
what I'm
guys from
saying?
cracking
it's
jokes,
just-
bro. Maybe the water.
and
It could be that.
drinking
Drinking
the
water.
clear water Tito's here, bro. What is wrong with you
Yeah,
guys,
That's
bro?
not good. That's not good.
It doesn't have to
Yo,
be-
Rob, búscame un pote estos tigres. Come on, yo. What's going on here?
He's going.
Yo,
He's like, I'll fix that real quick.
Yo, shout outs to the best producer, bro. Look at that.
High-end studios.
Yeah, we gotta get that 10%.
But at the end of the day, it's critically important what you guys are
is.
doing, and it's an honor to be
well,
here.
we are doing, you know.
Yes, yeah. Oh, that's
Together,
right.
we're as a
Part
unit.
of
We
this.
are
Yeah,
a
we're
unit,
now.
all
I
right?
like
You know,
that.
yo, you don't
Te
have to be,
sacaste
bro.
solo.
No
Nah,
obligado, loco.
I want to see
real.
I want to see the contract, bro. When I get it,
Yo,
your people got to talk to my people,
This
bro.
is why these people. This is why,
shit,
bro.
you know.
You people gotta
Listen,
talk to
man.
my people.
Nah, I'm messing.
Nah,
with
but these two programs for sure, they're definitely great. Just because right now a few people are coming to my head. I'm like, all right, how does this, like, you know, my sister, for instance, she's looking into
Oh
home
yeah,
buying.
that's right.
And she's like, all right, which I don't know whether I'm looking at Connecticut, New York. And
She's
right now,
looking
if I
at
let
big
her know
sales,
that,
bro.
you know, these programs are available in New York, she's gonna be like, FCT. I'm gonna take the 30 or the 65.
Well,
whichever.
CT might have something else, you
Yeah,
know.
CT
I
has
think the
something.
important
No,
part of this
I think
conversation
CT
is that
I think CT.
They have
yeah,
something.
they have
Yeah,
something.
they have something.
they
So-
must have like the Husky 45 or something, you know, like something.
Yo, bro, listen, man. Big shout out to CT. I like CT. All right.
Again, you guys
Big
are
shout out
putting
to my
words
Bears.
and ideas in my.
There you
Oh,
Hey,
shout outs to our
ahí
sponsor.
está, ahí está.
Rob.
He came through.
Ahí está.
Yeah, no, but diablo, hasta el habla le frena a uno.
He's telling, hold on, we're gonna fix this episode real quick.
No,
Yo,
I was gonna ask you in terms of all right. Besides the programming, I know that your background with in the business. If you were to say someone was interested to go into into the field that you're currently in, right? And this is just a offside question.
you lucky we in the street because that's
Yeah.
off topic. But yeah, I like it.
it's off topic. So I'm like, what advice would you give to someone that say, you know, I'm kind of like I want to get into whether real estate is or just mortgage lending, or what advice would you give to a younger Rafael, or how would you advise like a person that raised say, yo, I want to make a switch of careers? What would you be like? This is a tough career. Don't get in it. But like, yo, you're gonna make a lot of money, but you got to put in a whole lot of work.
Yeah.
What would you do?
That's it. You said it. I mean, you could do well. I mean, you're gonna wake up every day and
It's sales, right?
you're gonna have I mean, you guys are in the insurance industry. It's sales. You know, real estate is great because it's like a tree with a bunch of different branches. You could do, you know, each branch has different little twigs and it's a great industry. But you got to put in the work. You know, you got to be constantly growing, constantly studying. You know,
Right,
you
you gotta
gotta
get licensed,
Yeah,
right.
you gotta get licensed. I mean,
Yeah, what are the criteria to get into the lending?
the lending
aspect of
side,
the
you
field?
gotta pass a federal exam. You gotta take a federal course, and then each state has their own mini criteria. But the federal exam, it's kind of hard, but if you study, you'll pass.
What
you
is it,
know,
like 100 questions or something like that?
something like that.
What-
75 to pass. And then that doesn't mean you're gonna walk right in and start making money right away either. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
like
Like
the
you gotta
misconception,
you gotta now start to build your book. You gotta obviously learn guidelines because you know that's also
Right.
a little bit like when I
High
first got into the
compliance.
business, I started just reading, and just being a sponge. You know,
Yeah.
and things change constantly. You know, so you also gotta stay abreast with changes. So, you know, and you have good months and you have months that are not so good. So you gotta also
I think
make
that's
sure. But that's every business,
Yeah,
though.
that's
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
pretty much in every business. I would
yeah, it's
say.
every business, man. But there's
But
there's
also,
money to make.
yeah, after the recession and everything else, like I mean, everything is cyclical, right? So the field itself it's tied into like the economy and where it's at, and then also, like you say, I think part of it is the network and being able to expand your relationships because just because it may be the country might be in a recessionary period, that doesn't mean that you might not have a good year. You know what I mean?
Well, some industries thrive during recessions.
I was going to say that.
Oh,
You know,
my
a
bad,
lot of-
bro.
Come on, bro. Get your own questions, bro. Man, this guy,
Get
man,
your own thoughts.
stealing my thunder out here.
Now recessions. I remember when the market crashed in 08. Like I was just in the business a few years, and those were good years for me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
you know, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
And
with
then,
when the
and then, like,
when the
and then
interest
now,
rates
you know,
drop.
my
So
business.
why
yeah.
was it good?
I think a lot of people left the industry. You know, so a lot of these last few years,
that's-
everybody wanted to be a real estate agent. Everybody's in the mortgage business. Now you got to kind of get through the tough years. 2023, you know that you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know that's where the rubber met the road.
That's it.
You know,
So a lot of people left
So,
the industry, and
yeah.
then you had opportunities where a lot of home foreclosures, where
In
other
08.
people that had money,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Back then, yeah. No, there was things were fluid. Things were transacting. You know, the problem now is that there's not as much transactions, but that's gonna change with rates.
Right.
So we'll be all right.
Yeah, the government dictates this whole cycle, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But again, also a lot of it comes down. I'm a firm believer that knowledge is power, and your
And
network,
power is knowledge.
and your network is only gonna elevate your net worth. You know what I mean? So it's like
Network.
Yo, final thoughts, Jay.
Papang.
my final thoughts.
What are your
Listen,
final thoughts?
if you have 20 G's in the bank, matter of fact, I
No,
got
no, no, 1%.
1%, bro.
Wait, I got the plug.
But
Listen,
you need to
we're
have
not
a couple
plugging
more-
your
anybody.
taxes it's tax season.
tax season. Right
Holla
here,
Reyes,
right now.
all right,
Yeah.
and make sure
Holla
that
at
you
me
say,
too.
Aye.
What do you want out of that?
I don't know, bro. I'll find something.
Ray would be like, "Yo, you got the
Nah,
65."
man,
Yo,
listen,
final
just make the
thought.
move.
No, final thoughts. All
Find a
right, good.
thought. Do some research. Hit up Reyes and try to take advantage of these products out there, man.
No,
Jellyman.
Just make sure partner up with the right person that's gonna guide you. I mean, these are programs that sometimes are not stated out in the open, and people kind of lose dollars and cents.
Yeah, the credit is dues only for certain lenders too. It's not available.
Oh,
That's another
So
thing.
you see,
But your
partner-
final thought is not final thought because you're the expert
my
here.
bad.
So my final thought.
Alright, so I'll sit back. Yeah.
Yo, I would say do your own research. Like do your due diligence, do your own homework. If you're gonna do something, commit to doing it and do the research. Find out everything. Become a. Even if people
Sponge.
say, oh, you know how people now say like you go to the doctors and doctors get mad when you go on WebMD, and I don't
you
think.
start questioning your doctor.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Yo, what
but
are
I
you
don't think
doing?
that
I got this.
I don't think that. Yeah,
I'll
I
see
mean,
you
I
now.
know you go down the rabbit hole and you think you're dying, right? But I don't think that's a bad thing. Do your research. The more knowledge, the more information you have, the better the decisions that you make. Are gonna be.
Correct
Sometimes-
information.
Yeah, but sometimes
Correct.
Correct.
I
Oh, that's
believe
important. Correct
I
information.
believe that
Your final
sometimes-
thought is done,
well,
buddy.
No, I got another thought.
multiple
Besides,
thoughts.
sometimes I feel like when you do too much research, it stalls your move.
I agree.
know-
there
you know
too,
what I
because
call that?
That's
Now you
another
start
conversation.
You know what I call that?
questioning
You know what I call that?
Cold feet.
Paralysis analysis.
Woo! Paralysis analysis.
Paralysis
Yo, that's in the
analysis.
street. Is that your final thought, bro?
Yeah, don't have paralysis analysis.
All right.
That's a great thought.
You got to take a step. Again, do your research, but at the end of the day, you got to start taking steps. And right now, there's never been a better time to go out there and take advantage of these home buying programs.
Love
You
it.
heard
So-
it best.
I'm about to go buy me a house right now.
We in the streets. Yo,
It's like the
yo,
fifth one, bro.
yo.
That's not for you, bro.
I coined
running with it.
Yo, I coined the phrase. What's it called? The 65, whatever
What?
I said. Go back
That's
on
the community promise, bro. Get
no,
it right.
Yeah,
It's all community promise.
no, the 30K.
No, he wants
is your
credit for
community.
that now.
I
No,
want
no,
some.
30K.
He wants royalties.
I
Yo,
said
by
something
the
about
way,
the
I saw a
65.
tree.
And Connecticut, the Husky
it.
45. That's my shit too, bro.
All right.
All right. Yo, we in the street. No vemos.
Peace.